What are the different types of streams?
Well, in this area, you need to be aware there's three different types of streams. There is the perennial stream, which means that's a year-round stream. The water's running year-round. When you get onto GIS, it'll actually be designated as a blue line. They're usually named. They're a name stream. And they, depending on the area that you're in, there are certain setbacks of what you can or can't do. Sometimes they have floodplain. But perennial stream is a major year-round stream, usually with a significant bank that you can see. So they vary in size and width and depth or whatever, but streams are clearly designated on your GIS. When you look at the next type of stream is an intermittent stream. Some of the local people call that a 9-month stream. It means it's not running year-round. Come August, September, they tend to dry up. Sometimes on the GIS, they are designated as dots and dashes instead of a solid blue line. So there are times where a blue line will become an intermittent stream. An intermittent stream usually does have like a rocky bottom with ferns and moss, but is not a year-round stream, and so it's not, it doesn't have water year-round. That's an intermittent, and they have some buffers and setbacks too as far as what you can or can't do, build outbuildings, houses, or put in a perk or a septic system in a certain buffer area. And then one of the hardest ones to designate is called the ephemeral stream, and the ephemeral means that this is carrying water when we have a downpour, and there are certain like water tables and elevations, and so one runs into another, and it may or may not have rock, it may or may not have fern, it may or may not have moss. There's several checklists that stream mitigation identifiers or stream personnel will take a look at to figure out whether or not you have any areas that require a buffer. And so they're looking at certain types of vegetation and animal life. But it's a common sense thing. If it looks like it's holding, carrying, transporting water during a storm, that is potentially going to be designated a ephemeral waterway or ephemeral stream, and so you're not going to be able to put your house directly on top of that. So there's three types of stream identification that you need to know about in rural areas before you start the building process. So we have the perennial, the intermittent, and the ephemeral. Basically those are year-round 9-month streams and just carrying water during storms.
What is a buffer?
Buffer is just an area that you're not allowed to remove the vegetation. You're not allowed to build a permanent structure in the buffer. You're not allowed to put a home in there. You're not allowed to put a garage in there or outbuilding in there, and you're not allowed to put your septic system or a well in those buffer areas. So the buffer is depending, like in some areas of the county on a perennial stream, the buffer will be 100 feet. That is 100 feet on a perennial stream. That's 100 feet from the edge of the bank, and then there'll be another 100 feet on the other side. But that's bank to bank on a perennial stream. And an intermittent, you're going to the middle, and that can be anywhere from 50 to 100 feet from the middle of the stream. And then on the ephemeral, again, that's from the middle, and that can be anywhere from like 35 to 60 feet.